What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be looking at the full organised roster for Esports Boxing Club. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just list names off because that is fucking boring. What I'm going to do is I'll put this image up on screen really quick, as you can see there. Thank you again to Richmon1611 in the Discord. But that's out of the way, let's jump into the video. So we're going to start just down the bottom right of this image in the women's division. As you can see, we've got flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, which, let's be honest, for a women's division in a boxing game is pretty decent. We've got great names there: Carissa Shield, Jessica McCaskill, Katie Taylor, Natasha Johnson, Terry Harper, Chris Cyborg. Well, I know Chris Cyborg is somewhat of a... She's just an MMA fighter, let's be honest. But still, a good name. Bantamweight division, we've got Abaney Bridges, Shannon Courtney in the flyweight division. Seniesa Estrada. I'm sorry if I butchered her name, I always do. But I love her, she's a beast. I think she's got like a 6 or 7 or 9 second knockout or something crazy like that. All in all, the women's division is pretty good. Let me know who your favourite fighter is in the women's division so far. For me, I was most excited when we got Carissa Shields and Katie Taylor. However, I've gone off Carissa Shields a little bit lately, so Katie Taylor is definitely my number one in the... And now we go on to the men's, which is just the rest of this sheet. We have got bantamweight, we've got lightweight, welterweight, featherweight, middleweight, cruiserweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. Now, I will say really quick, there are some names that are blacked out, and that's because those were names that were mentioned, but have turned out to not be fully announced yet. As well as flyweight. Sorry guys, I missed that. Looking back on it, so there's flyweight as well as bantamweight, lightweight, welterweight, and so on and so forth. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every single one, but you guys can have a look here. Maybe I'll zoom it into different bits depending on how it looks on the screen. But it does look bloody awesome. Just a few names stick out to me in each division. The flyweight division for starters: Juan Francisco Estrada, Sonny Edwards, Mark Johnson, Andrew Maloney, Rosendo Alvarez. A couple of good names in the flyweight division. Let's go up to the bantamweight division. We've got Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, Nonito Donaire. And the reason I'm only going to say this name because I know that one of the guys who watches all my streams, Mitch, loves Lee McGregor, which is another good name, Carl Frampton, as well as young prospects like Hopi Price, which is really awesome. And now we get into pretty full up divisions like the lightweight division, and here we've got some huge names with Vasily Lomachenko, Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Hector Camacho Sr., Tim Bradley, Ricky Hatton, Josh Taylor, Regis Paregas, is that how you pronounce his last name, Jorge Linares, George Cambosos Jr., Anthony Crolla, Charlie Edwards, the brother of Sonny Edwards. I mean, the list just goes on, and that is just the lightweight division. Then we go up to the welterweight division. These divisions get better and better. In the welterweight division, we've got Sugar Ray Leonard, Terence Crawford, Sean Porter, Marcus Maidana, Connor Ben, Sebastian Fundora, Virgil Ortiz Jr., and then another young prospect like George Davey. Another great division that you could just list on and on and on. Then we go to the featherweight division, which, yet again, the star of this division, in my opinion, Shakur Stevenson. I mean, what a pickup in that division. That is insane. Admittedly, in my opinion, a weaker division. Yes, we've got Oscar Valdez, Billy Dibb, Josh Warrington, Kid Galahad, Kevin Kelly. But you got some fighters with good records like Chris John. But for me, that's just not a name that I'm like, wow. For me, this division is Shakur Stevenson's division right now. Then we go to middleweight, and I mean, you guys already know this one's coming, but holy shit, what a division. We've got Sugar Ray Robinson, Jake Lamar, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Caleb Plant, Edgar Berlanga, Danny Jacobs, Nigel Benn, Gabriel Rosado, Amir Khan, even kickboxer Cedric Doumbé, Hector Camacho Jr., so we've got his dad and the son, Shane Mosley Jr., another great prospect, Caleb Truax, another great fighter, George Groves, Ryan Rhodes. There are so many in this division. It is insane. This division is fucking stacked to the brim. Honestly, this division is nuts to butts. David Lemieux is another one that I've just noticed. The middleweight division is fucking stacked. Now, I know you could say, well, Canelo is going to be OP, but we've got, Caleb Plant to rival him. They're going to fight in real life. You've got Sugar Ray Robinson to rival him. Jake Lamar to rival him. It is crazy. And now let's jump to two smaller divisions, and that is light heavyweight and cruiserweight. Let's start with light heavyweight. Yet again, though, even though it's a small division, some great names. Roy Jones Jr., Sergey Kovalev, Badu Jack, Dimitri Bivol, Lyndon Arthur. 5 great names right off the start, and there's even more in there. Yes, it's not a big division because, let's be honest, light heavyweight is not a hugely popular division. It tends to be people will either go to middleweight or they'll go up to heavy or cruiserweight. So light heavyweight, while a little bit of a quieter division in the boxing world, still a great division. Now, cruiserweight is a funny one. We have fighters like Vidal Riley, Johnny Nelson, Enzo Maccarinelli, Lawrence Akali, of course, Artur Spilka, but divisions like cruiser, we could also have Usyk, could drop down from heavyweight. We could have Roy Jones come up. That's a division that could very well be full of fighters or could very well be dead. That one's an interesting one, but I still think fighters that have fought in cruiserweight throughout their careers, I think we see them either up from light heavyweight, so they share divisions, or down from heavyweight, so they share the divisions. I think that's how cruiserweight will shake out. So that being said, if we have Usyk and Roy Jones in cruiserweight, that means we've got Usyk, Roy Jones, Vidal Riley, Johnny Nelson, Enzo Maccarinelli, Lawrence Akali, Artur Spilka, however you pronounce his friggin' name. Still a great division, which is just insane. And now the big boys, the heavyweight division. Now every fucking name in this division is nuts to butts. We've got Tyson Fury already. I could end the video there. I could say Tyson Fury, done. Then I could say Muhammad Ali. Enough done. Enough said. Walk away. But we've got Tyson Fury, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes, Riddick Bowe, Tommy Morrison, Frank Bruno, Joe Lewis, Rocky Marciano, Floyd Patterson, Jack Dempsey, Jack Johnson, Vladimir, Vitaly, Klitschko, Butterbean, Joe Joyce, Michael Hunter, Alexander Povotkin, even people like Lucas Brown, prospects like David Adelaide, Eddie Hall, Badr Hari, Alexander Usyk. I mean, heavyweight is a nuts division. I mean, like, what the fuck? That is insane. Heavyweight could carry this game if middleweight wasn't stacked. And middleweight could carry this game if weights like lightweight weren't stacked, and welterweight weren't stacked, and bantamweight weren't stacked, and even light heavyweight has got solid fighters in. That's a solid roster. That's only 10, 11 fighters, but that is solid in that division. The roster is crazy, and I'm sure there's a few fighters where it's like, you've missed there and you've missed here. I'm sure I have. There's always new fighters being added to the website. There's always fighters that people forget about. There's always going to be new fighters going to be announced. Like when they done the 3 Polish fighters, there's always going to be fighters being announced. But as of right now, organised. And then up the top, we've got ring announcer Jimmy Lennon Jr. and then referee is Kenny Bayless. And referee Kenny Bayless, that's a pretty good pickup in terms of referees. I would like Steve Willis, but can't have everything. But I mean, honestly, this roster is just fucking insane. The middleweight division is humongous. The lightweight division, humongous. It's crazy. It is nuts. Looking at this, people go, lightweight's a bit empty. Flyweight is a bit empty. No, it's not. You say light heavyweight's a bit empty. No, it's not. It's not about how many fighters. It's about the quality of fighters. Each division has quality. The middleweight and heavyweight and lightweight division have quality and quantity. Divisions like light heavyweight, they have quality. They have quality fighters. Roy Jones, like I said, Sergio Kovalev, Lyndon Arthur, who we've seen fight in the game. The division is stacked. Dimitri Bivol, I love that guy. I mean, I'd like to see Artur Beterbiev in there, admittedly, but still, honestly, this is insane. I'm blown away by this roster. It is nuts, genuinely. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your favourite division. I think a lot of people is going to be heavyweight or middleweight. I mean, I love Canelo, and the middleweight division is where I'm going to live a lot of the time. But that heavyweight division, guys, honestly, that heavyweight division is fucking stacked. Even the women's division. One thing I hope in the women's division is because we do lack fighters. I hope that we can do what, I can't think of her name. She's like an 8-weight world champion in the female divisions. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. I do apologise, but she's done that in the female division. I'd like to be able to do that. I'd like to be able to go from like lightweight, drop to feather, maybe drop to bantam if I could, then start going up, you know, welter, middle. Obviously, this roster right here doesn't have super weight class, so there is no super middle, super feather, super light, for example. But I think as of right now, we don't know how specific they're going to be with weight classes, and obviously because there's only a few pounds different between super and standard weight, we don't know if they're just going to cross. So a lot of these middleweight guys that are in super middle could just kind of mix between the two, you know, so we don't know. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below. And yeah, man, what a fucking roster. What a roster. But yeah, thanks as always. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.